So in today's video, I'll be showing the new Season 2 updated graphic settings. This is mostly for PC users, but console users can get some sort of benefit from out of these settings as well. So starting off with the display, I use full screen borderless only because of the fact that I have multiple monitors, so it's easy for me to go across. But if you're just using the one monitor, I'd recommend using full screen exclusive. That helps your performance a little bit more. Um, Aspect ratio, it should already be set to 16.9, which is just your horizontal and vertical of your monitor or TV, which is going on to you. The display gamma, if you're using a monitor, you want the 2.2 selected, and TV, you would want to run the 2.4. NVIDIA reflex low latency, I've got mine on, or you could have it on plus boost. The difference is with PC, it all depends if your GPU or CPU, which one is better. So in cases of your GPU being better than your CPU, you would run it on plus boost, whereas your CPU will be bottlenecking. And the other way around, if your CPU is better than your GPU, would keep it set it to on. So eco mode preset, I've set mine to custom. VSync gameplay off, VSync menus off, custom frame rate. Set mine to unlimited because you want to get the most frames out of your build as possible. Render menu resolution, I kept mine to native. There's no impact or anything on your game. It just it helps prevent your PC from overheating. And then pause game rendering off, reduce quality when inactive off, focus mode all the way down to 0, HDR, which is high dynamic range. Again, that's just personal preference down to your monitor. Whether you want more brighter colors, but I've just set mine to off. Apply. Onto the quality tab, graphic preset. So once you set your changes to your settings, it will automatically go to custom. Render resolution, that's just down to what your monitor is. I got a 165 Hz 4K monitor, so mine is set to 2560 by 1440. Dynamic resolution, you want to keep that off. Upscaling and sharpening, I've set mine to Fidelity FX CAS, or you could run the NVIDIA image scaling. These two are the main ones that you want to be selecting. I find the Fidelity FX CAS just gives a bit more sharpness and it just looks better overall. But if you see frame rate drops, try switching to image scaling. And then the Fidelity cast strength, you want to keep that to around 70 to 75. You don't want to go any higher because then you will see a massive reduction on your frames. NVIDIA DLSS frame generation off. Same for the AMD FSR3 off. VRAM scale target. You want to keep it around 70. You don't want to max out your VRAM. It all depends on your graphics card, really. Variable rate shading. Just kept mine on. Doesn't do anything to your performance. So on to details and textures. Texture resolution, I kept mine low. I've got a mid to high end PC build, but these are the settings that I use to get the max performance as I can. Texture filter, kept mine to high. Depth of field off. It just makes your game look weird if you got it on. Detail quality low. You could maybe put it to normal, but it's just mostly like the rocks and stuff like that. It just makes it look better, but I don't really look at rocks when playing a game. Particle resolution, I kept mine very low. You could keep it on low. It's not much difference. If you're running it on low and you find your frames are dropping more, switch it down to very low. I just keep mine on very low just to get max performance. Bullet impacts, um, again, it's personal preference. That's down to whether you want to, if you're testing recoil patterns on different weapons, obviously you can see where your bullets are going. Persistent effects off. It draws frames like from explosions and that, which you don't really want to be doing. Shader quality, I got mine on high. In the cases of you don't really want your game to look clayey, if you're running on low. Like I said, if you're on a low end PC, I'd drop it down to medium, but there's not much of a difference between low and medium, so I run it on high. On demand texture streaming, I kept mine on minimal. And allocated texture cache size, you want to keep that down. Well, put it down as much as you can. You can't turn it off for some reason, but like I said, just turn it all the way down. Local texture streaming, I got mine on normal. Shader quality, very low. All the shaders I got on very low or low. I'm turned any off, bar the screen space reflections. Static reflection quality, you want to keep that on low. Tessellation off. Volumetric quality low. Again, deferred physics low. Weather grid quality low and water quality off. That's just you want to, if you want to see like ripples in the water and stuff, which you don't really want. It all depends on what your preference is. Again, so onto the view tab. Motion reduction off. So this is to do with like your motion blur and stuff. Even though they got it in this section, but yeah. But field of view, you can run on 120 or drop it down to 110. It's again personal preference. I run mine on 120. I find that I see a lot more and it's a lot more clear. ADS field of view, you want to run that on affected. Weapon field of view wide, so you want the full screen of your monitor. Third person and vehicle, I haven't touched anything with that. So world motion blur, you want to turn that off. Weapon motion blur, you want that off. And again, I haven't touched anything with the first person movement, third person, or anything like that. So as you can see, the benchmark tab. If you own Black Ops 6, you'll see that you've got the benchmark tab available. If you just own the Warzone side, you won't be able to run a benchmark. So we go into the benchmark tab, you'll see benchmark tool. Go to click there, and then once it starts, you'll be able to run the benchmark and see what your frames are running at now. So these are the benchmark tool results. I've got a AMD Ryzen 5 7600X CPU with a 4070 Super GPU. So my frames are going to be different to yours, depending on your PC build. But if you see your frames have improved more and the performance is better in your game, then keep your settings as they are. If you find you keep having drops, just go back through your settings and make sure you've set everything that matches your PC build, because you don't want to run anything too high, which will just make your frames drop ridiculous. So onto the interface tab, going off. You can keep menu props on automatic, gameplay tips on or off. This again is just personal preference. As you can see up the top, I've got the frames, GPU temperature, GPU time, CPU time, and the time of what day it is. I go over to telemetry, select custom, and here is where you can choose what you want to be displayed. So I got FPS counter, the server latency, even though it's not on there right now, it'll show up when I'm in the game. And again, GPU temp, GPU time, and GPU clock. And then we got the CPU time as well, and also a clock. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope this video helps you increase your FPS. Let me know in the comment section below whether it does. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.